On the volleyball insert, you will find options to enter specific items for the home and guest teams along with general in-game information. Let's review these buttons. Under home and guest, there is the ability to add points, timeouts, aces, kills, blocks, digs, sets won, serving, individual, and mass substitutions. The home and guest score +1 and score -1 keys are used to increase and decrease the team score. Press the appropriate score key to change the score for the home or guest team. The LCD shows which key was pressed and the new value for the team score of the corresponding team. The home and guest timeout keys are used to decrease the number of timeouts remaining and start the timeout clock. The scoreboard indicator is turned on when the type of timeout is selected. The scoreboard indicator is turned off when the timeout clock expires or is stopped. Only the types of timeouts that were configured in the Edit Settings function are displayed on the LCD and available for selection. Press Timeout to display the number of timeouts remaining. To accept the timeout and start the timeout clock, press Yes. To decline the selection of a timeout, press No. To exit a timeout clock, press Timeout again. This will turn the timeout off. The home and guest Ace +1, Kills +1, Blocks +1, and Digs +1 keys are all used to add to their respective totals. Aces +1 is used as an example. Press the appropriate key to increase statistics for the home or guest team. The LCD shows which key was pressed and a new value for the corresponding team. If the program is configured to update the player stats, the Aces +1 home's player number with an asterisk displays on the LCD asking for a player's number. Enter the jersey number of the player who made the play and press Enter. If the player is not in the roster, the home player not found add prompt asks if the player should be added. Press Yes to add the player to the roster and credit the play to that player. Press No to decline the entry of the player number. With the Sets +1 button, the home and guest keys are used to increase their respective totals. Press the Sets 1 +1 key to add to the number of sets won by the home or guest team. The LCD shows which key was pressed and the new value for this corresponding team. Press the home or guest serve key to turn on the possession indicator for that team. To turn off the possession indicator, press the same serve key a second time or press the opposite serve key. For example, the LCD will read Home Serve On or Home Serve Off. When the home or guest individual sub key is pressed, this prompt asks for the player number entering or leaving the game. Enter the number of the player entering the game on the number pad and press Enter. Enter the number of the player leaving the game on the number pad and press Enter. There are a couple of messages that could be displayed after selecting the individual substitution. The individual sub-home sub-OK message is displayed if no errors are found. When a mass substitution takes place, there is a button to assist with quick entry of the player's numbers. Select the Mass Sub button. After the home or guest mass sub key is pressed, the LCD will display a message asking for the first of 6 player numbers that are going into the game. Enter the number on the number pad and press Enter for each of the 6 players. Press Clear at any time to exit the mass substitution function. The Mass Sub-Home Sub OK message is displayed if no errors are found. The standard in-game details for the timeout on and off, in-game out of game, delete player, match +1, and set +1 can be found in the middle of the insert between home and guest options. When the home or guest player key is pressed, this prompt asks the jersey number of the player to be edited. Enter the player number on the number pad and press Enter. If the player is not in the roster, this prompt asks if the player should be added. Press Yes to add the player to the roster. Press No to decline the entry of the player number. If the player is found, the player's game status and statistics can be changed. To change a player's statistics, use the up and down arrow keys to select a player from the list. Use the left and right arrow keys to select the stats to be changed. The third step is to enter the correct number for the selected stats on the number pad and press Enter. To delete an incorrect player from the roster, press Player, then use the keypad to enter the player number and press Delete Player. Press Yes to remove the player from the roster. Press No or Clear to decline the deletion process and to return to the game. Press the Set +1 key to advance to the next set. Once selected, both home and guest team scores will reset to 0. This will also advance the controller to the next game in the match.